Hi, this is Carrie, aka Flea. It's nice to see you. This is my very first vlog and I'm super excited about it. I wanted to tell you why I was going to start this vlog, what I plan to share with you, and other things that have found their way into my life that I want to vlog about too. So initially this vlog was started out as training for my dog Hope. I don't have her yet. I'm waiting to hear if she's even been conceived. I'll hear that in 2 weeks, and then if she has been conceived, I'll get her in January, the end of January. And I'll be training her myself with the help of a trainer, and I couldn't be more excited. This has been my dream for 4 long years, and I started a GoFundMe account, link below, and I got just enough money to get her, get some of the things she needs, and pay for the first month of training. So I'm hoping that people will be generous and still contribute, and that we'll be able to save enough to make up for whatever we don't get on GoFundMe. It's been amazing seeing people help. It's really lifted my spirits, and knowing that I have enough now to actually get Hope is just, you know, miraculous to me. So that was the initial reason why I wanted to start this vlog. All of her training, all of her outings were going to be, you know, once a week, show what she's learned that week. Go out on an outing, show how she does. Things like that. To keep a log on how her her training goes, because that can be important if you happen to end up in a legal case. And I'm not as good with pen and paper or Excel spreadsheets, so vlogging seems like the way to go for me. And then I started looking around. I have several mental health issues myself, PTSD, bipolar, to name a few, anxiety attacks, PTSD, I already said that, panic attacks, and several phobias, as well as a few other things. And I began to look for other mental health warriors out there, and I wanted to see their vlogs. I found several vlogs that I love, and I will try to remember to put them to the side, or that side, whichever side it ends up on, so that you can follow them too if you happen to run across my blog first. But I absolutely love them, and I watch them as frequently as I can. I love hearing their updates. They're so upbeat, and even when they're down, they're still saying, you gotta keep fighting. And to me, that's inspiring. It really, truly is. And I thought, why aren't there more mental health vlogs out there? And maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. Maybe I'm putting the wrong thing in to search for them, because I just can't find that many. And I thought, well, why don't I do that? I'm starting a vlog anyway. Why don't I show my life and how I'm doing, or give updates, or whatever little parts of my life I can share. And the more I thought about it, the more convicted I became to do it. So here we are. It's hard to do this because I'm such a personal person. I don't like people in my personal affairs. I have to really know you in order to share with you. I really do. And it's hard to open up, but I'm only here with a camera so it's easier. And I'm thinking, no one's gonna look at my channel, so it's even easier because I don't think anyone's gonna look at it. So I'm talking to no one, basically. So it's okay. I can open up to no one. What else is going on? The other complications is I have suddenly all of these medical complications, and it's really just kind of blown me away. It's been building up all year, and now I'm finally getting seen for it, and it's like, oh, you have this. Oh, wait, this has happened. Oh, wait a minute, you have to do this. We can't take care of this until we do that. And I'm freaking out is what I'm doing. I am, because it's you know, we're waiting on results and nothing's coming in, and then we get results and it leads to another test or another referral to someone else, and it's really frustrating. So I'll start at the beginning. Okay, this is going to take a minute. In February, however you would, second month, I ended up going into the hospital for 8 days for PTSD. I had a really bad, what I call an episode, which is where I have a lot more than usual PTSD nightmares and PTSD episodes, flashbacks. And it was really getting to me, and I got into a really bad place, and I finally told my husband, or my friend, that I didn't need to be alone that day. And that got told to my husband, and he's like, I'll be right home. I know what that means. I know what that's code for, because we were trained. We met in the military, so we know the signs, especially since I was in medical. We know the signs to look for, and they give you seminars, and anyway. So I went in the hospital for 8 days, and at the time I was on a medical weight loss, non-surgical, medically supervised program where I drank 4 shakes a day, and they were disgusting. Blech. And when I got out, which was too soon, even though 8 days is a long stay, I was an utter wreck. I truly was. I didn't want to start the program again. I don't know why. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. I want raw food. And I know part of it is because I emotionally eat, so that was my comfort, but I just was dead set against it, and I have no idea why, because it was working. I had lost 50 pounds, and that's amazing, and I gained it all back in the next 3 months, and it broke my heart and made me even more depressed. So March rolls around, I start getting migraines again. I usually get a migraine every couple months or months. It varies, but I don't get them a lot. I started getting them a lot, and then I started getting them every time my heart rate got up past a certain point. My head would just explode. It was excruciating, and I finally got seen for that by this kook who wanted to put me on medication that had interactions with the medication I was already on, and didn't listen a word to me, just said, this is what I'm putting you on. And I didn't know what was going on. He sent me out to the front desk to check out, and they were like, so when does he want you back? I don't even know what just happened. Okay, hon, we'll let you know. We'll tell you. It'll be in his notes. And I'm like, what kind of doctor does that? I didn't even know what had just happened. So I got a referral to another neurologist, and he's a sleep specialist. So that took 4 months to get that appointment. The reason for the sleep specialist is because right now I get about 4 hours of sleep a night, and that's interrupted. I sleep 2 to 3 hours, and then I sleep 1 to 2 hours. That's all the sleep I get. And I'm up for 2 to 3 hours during the night. I wake up 2 to 3 times a night. And tonight that's a good thing because I get to finish making my bread in the middle of the night so that everybody will have fresh bread to take to work and school tomorrow. So that's a good thing for tonight. I hope it's not the one night that I sleep the night through. But I started sleeping 0 hours and then went to 0 to 2 hours and then finally got up to 3 hours, and it took going to the doctor, and it's like, it's not working, we have to try something else. Well, let's up the dosage. And the dosage isn't going to work because this stuff isn't working. So I got in with a different psychiatrist. And I love the guy, and I'm actually getting a little bit of sleep now, but he's decided that if this up dosage doesn't work on what I'm taking right now, he's going to put me on something else. Plus I saw the neurologist, and I'm going to get a sleep study done to see if I have sleep apnea. I took a home test last year, and I was this far above the line, which means I didn't qualify for the sleep apnea medical stuff. And home tests are known to be less accurate than in facility tests. So if I had been in facility, I would have, I guess, passed or flunked the test, however you want to look at it. So I started coughing too. I don't know if I don't remember if I said that or not yet. And it got worse and worse and worse over the summer. And then I got a little bulge in my belly. Not like a pregnancy bulge, but like a little ball. And when I did a sit-up, my stomach kind of went, instead of going up, it went kind of this way. And that was, am I going to have a stomach burster? Or, instead of chest burster, stomach burster. Okay. It was really creepy, but I didn't take care of it. I didn't take care of any of it except for the migraines because they were so painful. That's part of what depression does to me. I don't care enough about myself to take care of myself. I take care of everybody else. And that's sad, I know. And when I'm not depressed, I try and make up for it. I'm still mildly depressed, but I'm clawing my way out of it because of everything that's going on. I have to take care of myself right now. So I was getting pain in my shoulder, neck, down to my elbow, and my elbow was tingling. And so they were really concerned about my elbow tingling and it being something with my vertebrae. So I went and had an x-ray done. X-ray was inconclusive, didn't really show anything. So they sent me for an MRI, and the MRI showed C4, 5, and 6 slightly bulging, and there might have been another one, I don't remember. The nurse was like a chatterbox, and I couldn't keep up with what she was saying. But it also showed that my thyroid has either enlarged or has a growth on it. It couldn't really tell in the MRI. So I had a ultrasound done, and I get the results from that next week. It's impossible waiting for those results because who knows what it could mean. But I also went to a surgeon for my hernia, and he poked my stomach and made me do a sit-up, and yep, that's definitely a hernia. Okay, I'm not gonna do the surgery on you. What? And my stomach just dropped. I was fixing to have a panic attack, and he said between having type 2 diabetes and being morbidly obese, he he won't do the surgery on me until I lose weight. Because at this weight and with diabetes and everything else going on, another one's just going to grow in its place. And then another one will grow in its place. And with each time we do a surgery, it's going to be harder not only to do the surgery, but to recuperate from it as well. So I'm like, okay, what do? I've never had luck losing weight, and not permanently anyway. What am I gonna do? So he's sending me to an obesity clinic, the one that I went to before when I did the medically supervised non-surgical diet before I went to the hospital that I gave up on. And have surgery. And I was always thinking, no, I would never, ever, 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 ever have that kind of surgery. And now I'm like, I don't think I have a choice. I'm 269 pounds. I'm 5'1". I'm short. That's a lot of weight to have on such a small frame. And you know, I felt good at 130, but I felt better at 115, and that's about where I'm supposed to be, 115. And they say that with the one that I chose to do, that I want to talk to the doctor about, the gastric bypass, that you lose up to 70%. This is just doing the basic, what they tell you to do, 70% of your total fat. For me, that would be 100 pounds. That would put me at 160 pounds. And that's amazing. I would lose the most weight with the gastric bypass, and I think I could stick to it more, because this isn't going to make much sense. It scares me. That's why. Because I would be scared to eat too much. My friend's mom had gastric bypass surgery, and I don't know how many months later ate a cheeseburger. And your stomach is not the size of a cheeseburger anymore. Your stomach is very small. It couldn't fit half of a cheeseburger in it. And so she ended up in ICU and nearly died. And that and other stories I've heard have made it to where I would be too afraid to overeat. But on the flip side of that, I know people that I've talked to that have said it's the best thing I've ever done. One person I know, I only know him on the internet, has herself beside a pair of her pants. She's holding them out to the side, and she could fit in a leg of those pants. And she just looks great. And it's just amazing. So that's why I chose the gastric bypass surgery. And I think unless the doctor decides that that's not the best one for me, that's what we're going with. And it's supposed to be one of the safest to do, as long as you stick to the plan, and you don't go crazy eating cheeseburgers. No sodas, I'm totally bummed about the coffee. I could totally do without the sodas. I had a soda recently because I was craving a grape soda for some strange reason. I don't even like grape soda. And it was like one of the best drinks I've had. But it made me so sick to my stomach, and I guarantee you it shot my blood sugar up like really high. So I'm having the things that I want to have before I have the appointment. Like, I want a Sun Drop. I don't know if you know what a Sun Drop is, but it's like the best soda ever, and I want one of those before I go talk to these people, because then I have to start doing whatever they want me to do to start getting my stomach ready for the bypass. And that's pretty much all I've got going on right now. We're waiting on the thyroid, and hello, let me pause it. Hubby came in to get his guitar, so we're gonna hear some sweet music in the background because he's an awesome player. Besides all that, I see a psychiatrist once a month, and I'm gonna have to get him to lower the amount of meds I'm on, or come up with a plan for how I'm gonna take the meds with gastric surgery, because I take a lot. I can't just eat pills. We're supposed to be slowly getting me off of a bunch of them anyway, so that's good. And I see a therapist every week, which is going to change to every 2 weeks soon, and she is amazing. Excuse me. She's helped me through a lot. I was doing every 2 weeks, and then I started having some serious PTSD problems again, and flashbacks and bad stuff, so we went to every once a week. And that's pretty much it. That's me. That's what's going on. I don't know what else to say. So I'll just say thank you for joining me, and I hope you join me on my adventure through all of this life stuff that I've got going on right now, through struggling with depression, anxiety, and PTSD, as well as all this medical stuff that has just slammed me. We keep worrying the worst about what's going on, and I keep positive, and it's really just in God's hands. I know. Nothing I can do about it, but I'm going to worry about it anyway, because that's what I do. So, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you on my next vlog.